It's shouted out Friday. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday.
Are we on?
We're live.
How are
We're
you
live.
folks? I need
We're
to get in here a little bit more with the chair. Please. All right. Okay, that's better.
We're live and it is Friday. Shout it out Friday. We look forward to hearing about you, your businesses, who you patronize this week, and anything you want to share with us. And we have a topic today: hurdles and obstacles. What's stopping you?
Why haven't you written that book? Why haven't you started that business? Why haven't you visited that place? Why haven't you met that person yet? What's getting in your way of doing these kinds of
What's
things?
getting in the way? What's it all about? We're going to talk about it back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. And once again, we have a topic on this Shout It Out Friday.
Yes, say Shout Out Friday. This is, like Lisa said, a great opportunity for you to shout out your business, your cause, your book. Post your links. We'll share all those things today.
Everything that you got going on. We want to hear about it. We want to know about it. And we want to share about it.
And in the meantime and in between time.
In the meantime and in between time.
You work your thing and I work mine. No, we do have a topic. Obstacles and hurdles. What's keeping you from doing you, or what's in your way?
Absolutely.
We listened to a song this morning called Holding Back the Years by Simply Red. Now, all you guys know that song. You think the title is Holding Back the Tears. And he actually does say that line in the song. Holding back the years, holding back the tears.
Mm-hmm.
But we exegeted the lyrics of it too.
Exegete. There's some deep lyrics.
Yes, I thought so. And we want to talk about it with our people today. So, Shout Out Friday. Do you have someone you want to shout out? Do you have someone you want to shout out? Do I have somebody I want to shout out this week?
Well, I am shouting out Sister Jeannie.
Sister Jeannie Muhammad.
Sister Jeannie Muhammad is getting ready to publish it's in its final stages, a phenomenal self-care book and workbook to help you to have the year of your life. It's every single thing, each month, each day, each activity, each mindset, each actualization to get you through the year into the best year of your life.
I'm going to shout out Fran Smitherman. Okay, the reason I'm going to shout her out is she's a part of a network marketing organization, and she has actively built a team over the years. And she takes all of her corporate training, the company training, that corporate event. She goes to all that stuff. But she decided to take some personal responsibility for her team.
She took it another further.
So she says, you know what? I appreciate all the company sponsor
Thank
stuff.
you very much.
I'm going to take all of that I can get. But I'm going to get me some of my own too. So she hired me to come and train her team exclusively on how to sell themselves.
Exclusively.
Yes, how to sell themselves and their services. I do think that line right there is one of those hidden gems that a lot of entrepreneurs are missing it. I sell da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes, you do, but you got to sell you first because they need to know who you are and why should they even bother with you.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to do that training with them all day tomorrow. So today, right after the show, Lisa's not going to be driving. Well, I'm going to be driving.
Yeah, I'm going to be riding. Riding shotgun.
That's right. We're going to get there today. So we're going to drive to 4 hours to Hotlanta. It seems like we go to Atlanta. We went there at least twice last year.
Mm-hmm. Once this year.
And we've been there this year already.
Yeah.
No, that was November, was it?
No, we're in March.
Yeah, we probably did this year. So
I think we went in January.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. We went there in January. So let's say we've been there once this year already, but we're going again this weekend. Of the southeastern part of the country, Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia. they're probably the biggest municipalities or cities.
You think so?
What can you think of as bigger?
I was just agreeing with you.
I think it's Charlotte for North Carolina and Atlanta for Georgia, for sure.
Charlotte is bigger than Raleigh?
Yes. That's why they call it the Queen City. The Queen City is the biggest city in the
They
city.
just make up stuff.
No, that's not why. Queen City is the largest municipality, largest greater area. Raleigh's the capital, but yes. Charlotte's the Queen City.
Yes.
It's not because of a queen, it's because it's the bigger one. Okay.
Just like in chess. Make up stuff.
Okay, but it has actual meanings to that. Just like in chess, the king is the most important, it's the capital, but the queen is the most powerful. She does. And we both have been on chess. Okay, we've been doing a lot of thinking about chess and studying about chess. I've been playing a lot of games. I've been finding myself looking at the chess shorts and studying stuff and openings and closings. And I even joined a chess page on YouTube, actually. Because I've been wanting.
Well, I've been studying, just familiarizing myself with the moves and taking trainings and studying, and I find it very, very interesting. I still need row because I need it all to gel and congeal. Right now, it still feels
Rochelle
like
V. Gray.
Rochelle V. Gray.
I don't think we have the right phone number for her because she not returned any of our calls or texts, nothing.
And that's not typical.
Yeah. So she must not like us no more. Rochelle V. Gray.
And hurdles. What's stopping you? So that was what was stopping me. It was stopping me, first of all, not being comfortable with something that I did not know. With chess, I did not have any concept of the workings of it. And I was intimidated by it. Very intimidated by it. Now I'm still intimidated, but I'm trying. I'm learning the pieces and I'm learning what they do. I'm understanding different, not strategies, because I'm still like the monkey see, monkey do type of step in there. But I keep reminding myself that before you get to college, you go to first grade.
And I want you to know that chess is similar to the Bible. People study it forever. Okay, even after they become masters, they're still studying it. They're still learning it. You're never going to completely figure it out. Okay, so you're going to keep getting better and better at it. That's how it goes.
Did you watch Critical Thinking?
Not yet. I want to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it in the hotel on a trip this weekend. Maybe no. I'm gonna wait till I get home.
You can't watch it. You can't watch it while you're driving.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
You can't because it's not a completely listening. It's also a watching.
Right, but I will watch it over a cigar. I want to do that. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch this movie that she recommended to me called Critical Thinking, and it's a chess movie starring John Leguizamo. So she said it's like White Shadow for chess or something like that.
Kind of like White Shadow for chess, but instead of basketball, there's chess. So it's like their way out of the hood.
I can't believe I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard
John Leguizamo is a masterful teacher. And of course, underserved. I like the twist that he's a Hispanic teacher versus a white savior, right? But he's the Hispanic teacher, and he's really working with these 3 interracial kids and 1 white kid who is sort of like, I think he's white. He may be white Spanish, but they're kind of misfits. They're kind of in bad situations. And he teaches them chess, which gets them out of the league.
That's enough.
That's it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Gets them.
That's enough, please, because I'm gonna watch it.
You should.
I don't want to know the punchline. Okay, gets them out of the back. I don't want to know that yet. But this is still Shout Out Friday.
You can finish that sentence
right
without me.
Right, because she gave me enough.
Well, I told you it's like White Shadow.
That's enough. I don't want no more. I just know 2 things. One is did you think it was good? And you thought it was good, and you even thought that I would like it. So, and that was enough for me.
All right.
Okay. So, Shout It Out Friday. That's one thing. And obstacles and hurdles. Is there, or what is it that's keeping you from whatever?
Sometimes you think it's opportunity.
Sometimes you think it's opportunity.
Right. Like I wanted to sew again.
Okay.
Right. I had a sewing machine
that
is very, very outdated. I didn't want to learn to sew again. I wanted to sew again. But my sewing machine is 55 years old, maybe older than that.
Wow.
But it has some challenges. It gets stuck in some stuff. So I prayed And then I reached out to a girlfriend, and lo and behold, I reached out to two people. One person said, sure, I got extra money. You can have the sewing machine. And then she called me back and said, well, I can't give it to you. I'm sorry. And I understand that. And then another person that I happened to mention, just casually, she said, I absolutely have one, but I don't have any of the pedals.
She don't have the pedals.
And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and she called me back and she found the pedals. And so I took it out, I brushed off my skills, and asked God
you built some stuff too, right?
I took your vest. I
mean for the machine itself.
No, I didn't have to build any stuff.
Really? Because that to me is an example of you completely manifesting it.
It did. It was.
A month ago, you wanted a sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She wanted one. And as I look at it right now, it's like more than a symbol, because maybe the way the light is hitting it, but it's shining.
Well, I cleaned it up.
You cleaned it up. Yes. You cleaned it up very, very well. It looks new.
Yes.
Practically looks
and
new.
it acted new.
And it acts new. It performs like it's new. So Lisa has a working sewing machine that she thought about manifesting in her house. And not only did she get the machine, she actually has used it. If you probably can't tell because I'm on screen, but I'm a big guy. Okay. I'm a big guy. Belly and all. And I had ordered some dress vests, some more vests, like for the suit jacket vest, but colorful ones. And I ordered them, and they were small. They were snug on me.
They were China large.
Yeah, large for someone from China, I guess. But Lisa was able to use her sewing machine and her skills to make the vest bigger. And I was able to wear it, and it fits great on me.
Yep.
Should I wear it this weekend as I present?
Maybe.
Because I'm going to be presenting this weekend. Should I wear that fancy vest?
It is fancy. I liked it. And so I had to get over feeling like the obstacle was holding back. Oh, the machine is old. Oh, I can't.
That's right.
Get
Machine
one
is
yet.
old. I don't have a machine.
And whatever. Or do I say, you know what? I want the machine, and focus on what I wanted to do instead of what I could not do, and complete manifestation.
We were visiting a friend last summer, and in their home, a couple in their home, and the missus, she said, I've always wanted to visit Seattle. I was like, well, why didn't you go to Seattle to visit? She's got all kinds of great excuses. She's a mom, and she's got children, and she's got a job here. Yeah, but just to visit, get on a plane, find a couple of days, get on a plane, go visit Seattle. And you have that experience to come back. What would it take for her to get there? She'd have to decide to go. That's first. Then she have to schedule a flight. Then she have to pay for a flight. She have to pay for a place to stay when she gets there. All of these insurmountable obstacles, right? All these things that possibly can't let her go, right? No, none of those are insurmountable. They all can be overcome.
Absolutely. Even if she didn't have a flight or the money to buy a flight, she could sell that there. There's still ways to do everything.
And even if she don't have the money on the flight, now she can get it later if she work up a plan. I had a friend of mine, Thomas, he's gone now. He goes, we should all visit Africa. And at first he was talking about, I was thinking, man, I don't know if I can go to Africa. He goes, Brian, you can save $50 a month for a year. Okay, $50 a month for a year, get you there and back. $50 a month, and we go next year. That doesn't make sense. You broke it down to easy chunk. Of course, I could save $50 a month if I wanted to. In a year's time, $600. That's enough to get me there and back. And I said, how much should I bring? Like a couple of grand with me or something? And he goes, if you brought a couple of grand with you to stay in Africa for a week,
you'd be a king.
He goes, I don't even know what you would do with that much money. I mean, and his family's in politics there. I don't even know how you could even spend that much money there. What? Wow. Yeah, God rest in peace. Rest in peace, Brother Thomas.
Absolutely.
Thomas Kanyeto Wayaki Wawamba.
Those are a whole lot of letters.
It's how he pronounces his name, and that's how I learned how to say it. Good morning to my Facebook user.
Judy. Good morning to you.
This sister Judy. We listen to the song, Judy, and you're a music person too. Holding Back the Years by Simply Red. Holding Back the Years. All that song. And
I'll keep
holding on. A lot of people know that chorus, but we listened to we reread it, and I need to show that line.
Go ahead.
Okay, I need to pull it up again.
Don't click on that. Click on that.
Okay.
There you go.
And Sister Judy, especially for you, I want you to see this line. Hear this line. This lyric, excuse me. But the opening of the song is holding back the years, thinking of the fear I've had so long. When somebody hears, listen to the fear that's gone. Now he's thinking about all these fears he's had for a long time, and it's been holding him back. And then he has this line that I wanted to show I showed the Lisa and we started out. He says, I'm talking to you, Sister Judy. He says, strangled by the wishes of Pater, hoping for the arms of Mater, get to me the sooner or later. And Pater means father.
Or paternal position.
And Mater means mother.
Or maternal position.
And he's saying strangled by the wishes of his father. Strangled by the wishes of his father.
What your father wants you to do, be and become.
Yeah. You should go into law enforcement. You should go in the military. You should do this. Our family are this, and we do this, and we're all mechanics. Strangled by the wishes of his father. And then he says, hoping for the arms of his mother. Maybe he didn't get it, but he wanted it.
Or maybe he wanted to get back to it, and that's all he could think of.
And then that sooner or later thing, sooner or later stuff will work out. Sooner or later this will happen. Sooner or later, get to me that sooner or later. And it's like depressing thought, sooner or later. Wow. And I'll keep holding on. And then he's like, why do I stay here? This next stanza, he's talking about, why do I stay here when nothing's ever been good and nothing ever grows here?
Sometimes we stay just because we're afraid to go.
And he's aware that where he is, nothing grows, nothing's ever been good, but I'm gonna keep holding on.
The saying, that the devil you know versus the devil you don't know.
Right.
So sometimes we know it's not good, it's not great, it's not even optimal for us, but
we know that.
We know this one. We know how to battle this one. How do we deal with the next one?
Good morning, Miss Sheila Gothard. How are you
Sheila,
this
good morning.
Sheila Gothard, you're I love the parts of you that I know. Okay. I know that you're an academic. I know you're very active in your sorority, the pink and green, whatever that one is.
AKA.
The AKAs. Yes. But the concept today, holding back the years. Why do people not go for something? And we titled the show Hurdles and Obstacles. And the reason why I came up with the title Hurdles and Obstacles was a quote by great radio guy, TV guy from the 50s and 60s. But he says, life is a series of obstacles. Mm. And I find that myself is the chief obstacle.
We are. Wow, that's deep.
Life is a series of obstacles. And I have found that I'm the chief obstacle, the biggest obstacle.
How much do we get in our own way?
We get in our way, we get in God's way. Oh my gosh, we get
spending time in our head in those devastating places that we're imagining ourselves in the worst possible scenario instead of taking an opportunity to create an even mediocre scenario. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best scenario, but what if what you get out of is still better than where you are?
Yeah, but the thing is, you said but and what if. Sister Judy says people stay in that moment and look at themselves as victims.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and Sister Sheila says so true.
So true.
I'm 55 now, and I can look at my life and realize there were some opportunities I didn't take because of my primary obstacle, me. I got in my own way. I've told this story on this air here a few times, and I was like 25 when this happened. 24, 25. I was married, 2 toddlers, had a good job, and we were active in the credit union. And the credit union came to us and said that we have a real estate REIT department, real estate investment REO something, real estate investment owned department. Okay, that's what they had. They had a department of real estate that they had owned for whatever reason. They had loaned out money and now they got the property, but they don't want to be in the real estate business, that kind of thing. And we have a perfect property for your family, Brian. They came to us. We had a good working relationship with us. And they said, okay, well, we'll go check it out. So we went and checked out this home. It was in an established neighborhood that I liked, mostly black, but it was established black. And it was the biggest house in this established neighborhood in Raleigh, North Carolina, on a corner lot, fenced in. Archways at the front of the house, 3 of them, archways in the house. It was beautiful. It was big and it was great. And we could have got that home for $1,100 down. $1,100 down. And my mortgage would have been a little bit more than my rent. Okay, like $600 more than my rent or something like that. $600 or $700 more than my rent. And it was easy. It was laid out. Okay. And I didn't do it because I was afraid. And they didn't know how to sell me. If one of them there would have said, look, you're a fool if you don't do this, Brian. Okay, you're a young man. This is going to appreciate. This changed the whole arc of your life. If someone had sold it to me, they had made it available to me, and they told me this is perfect for your household, perfect situation, and I didn't trust me. Sister Judy said, is that Judy?
Yeah, she says, Pastor Dunlap preached a sermon about this and said, instead of victim, look at ourselves as victorious. This was a mindset change for me.
Amen. Amen. And the great how some of these great sermons stick with us. Sister Shawnee of Can Do Spice says, I like Jim Rome's quote. We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
Amen.
Holy smokes. I know I have some pain and regret. I said all my adult life, I want to meet Muhammad Ali. I want to shake that man's hand. He's been a hero of mine. All my adult life, I wanted to meet Muhammad Ali. I saw all kinds of articles. There was an article in the magazine. He got a house in Louisville, Kentucky, and he's got like one of those where people live in those things, RVs. There's an RV outside of his house, and he's either going to be in that RV or he's going to be in the house, and anybody can come and say hi to him. You can just knock on the door, and they'll let you talk to him. And people did it all the time, and he was gracious to everybody. So there was no impediments. All I had to do was just go. I could have walked right up to his door, knocked on the door. Can I meet Muhammad Ali? Like everyone else had. People doing it all day. Okay? And I didn't do it for no good reason. I dragged my feet, and then he passed away. And I regret not meeting my hero.
Have you seen his grandson?
Unboxing? Yeah.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's good.
Yeah,
he looks just like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
That is so amazing.
And his daughter, Layla. He's got beautiful children. And,
absolutely.
And he liked beautiful women. So they made beautiful children together. But
lucky for him.
Yes. But these people that you want to meet, those places you want to visit.
Just things that you want to do.
The things you want to do. Write that book, start that business, write that screenplay, go visit that, whatever.
You know, I should really be gaining more wisdom. I get to work with some amazing people. I get to work with some amazing authors. And right now in this current season, I've got authors on both ends of the spectrum. I've got a 30-year-old author and I have 80-year-old author.
Okay.
And the thing about it is I get to see the vision of victory from someone who's doing it early in their career and someone who has still decided that, you know what, I am not going to quit.
She started late, but she's doing it.
Well, she's done it. But I have another author that's in his 80s that's completed the project. And another author that's in their late 70s that's completed their project. And I'm looking at these things. I got several authors in their late 70s, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But they're not just doing the book as the bucket list. They're doing the book as the catalyst for this next leg of their career.
Yeah. Reinventing themselves. And
I'm like, what are you doing, Lisa, to be even dwelling on the fact that, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. I am 55 years old. I'm old. I can't do this.
You got these examples.
And I have
all
these
around
examples right in front of me, but I still get halted sometimes. And like Judy says, reminding myself that we are victorious that we're not victims, that 55 is an opportunity to turn 56.
That's right. Dr. Deborah Dunstan. This
Good
is
morning.
still Shout It Out Friday. But we're talking, the topic is obstacles and hurdles. What's holding you back, what's getting in your way, what's keeping you. We've exegeted the song by simply read, Holding Back the Years. Oh, you missed some cool stuff because we done talked about, she says, I came at the right time, but we talked about that song, Holding Back the Years. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on.
I'll keep
Holding on. Holding on. But the lyrics around that chorus, why do I stay here? Nothing's good here. Nothing grows here. But I'm going to keep holding on. I'm struggling with my father's expectations. I'm looking for more of my mother's affections, but it ain't coming. But this is what I know.
You know, and some of the courage, if you will, some of the courage, you had it. You even experienced it. You exhibited your courage, but it may be dusty. It may have gotten to the point where you have a little bit of doubt about your courage, but you still have it. You still have those same abilities and you still have the same resilience. Some of it is just we've allowed ourselves to get in our minds for too long, get into our thoughts for too long. I think about the time that I was really, really courageous.
Okay. Yeah.
And
we've had lots of times like that. I've heard stories.
And went to the Bahamas.
Uh-huh.
With no hotel and no return flight. Just went there and knew that eventually I would make my way back.
You did.
And I did.
Even when you left New York in that truck, you know.
Yes, the first step.
That was amazing,
if you will.
Courageous.
When I left New York in the truck, I was in my car pulling a U-Haul truck, just deciding to come to North Carolina. You know, the time that I went to Florida, actually I did go to Florida with a one-way ticket and no hotel, and made my way there and
somehow
back.
You lived through those situations somehow.
Somehow is really anastrophic.
Okay. Yes.
Because the same way I could ultimately catastrophize that,
mm-hmm.
you know, oh, we're not going to make it back and oh, nothing is going to happen. The same way that things work together for my good, they could have worked together for my bad if I hadn't been focused.
You were anastrophic. You were thinking the world was conspiring to do you good, and it did. If I had to be homeless, I could be homeless in New York. I could be homeless in Florida. Easy.
A little bit more comfortably in Florida.
Right. So those things carry us. But that song, Holding Back the Tears, reminded me of a song by Tracy Chapman. Remember Tracy Chapman?
Mm-hmm.
She had
Living in a fast car.
Let's go with that one, Fast Car. Now the story of Fast Car, she's in a little town, and there's not a lot of opportunity there, and her father gets sick, so somebody had to take care of her dad. So she dropped out of school. She got a job as a cashier at a grocery store. Okay. She's got this boyfriend and he's got nothing going on, but he does have a fast car. And there's no opportunities in this town. So why don't we take this fast car and drive on out of here? You got a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. We got to make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. I know things will get better. We'll find jobs and we'll be happy. So they drive away. They go to another city. She gets a job and he doesn't get a job. And she's got a job that pays all our bills, working all day. Working all day and you play all night, something like that. So then she finally comes to the place. So take your fast car and keep on driving. So she wants him to go. Okay, because he didn't do nothing right. Okay, that's the story.
He didn't do anything to contribute to the benefit of the family and their decisions.
Right. She decided that we're going to leave in your fast car. And she's got her a job right away, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a job that pays all our bills. I know things will get better.
To be reminded that you can do it. I mean, it is worth the opportunity to find out that you can do it.
And that's another thing that's major. You don't know how great you can become until you try, until you give it a shot, until you take that chance. You don't know how great you really can become.
Absolutely.
This does this from time to time on my phone.
From time to time.
And then I lose the other people. Oh, I'm still there. Yep, so we still got that. So today's topic is what is it? What's keeping you from taking that trip?
What's stopping you?
What's your obstacle? Dr. Deborah Harvey, something Harvey's. The radio guy Harvey, Harvey something.
Steve Harvey?
Not Steve Harvey, older than that, white guy. Okay. He used to have a radio show. But somebody here help me out. But he said life is a series of obstacles, and I find myself as the chief obstacle. And he had another line that I like too. His other line was, I hope to be so successful that one day somebody asks me how I did it. And I will say simply this: I get up when I've been knocked down. I get up when I've been knocked down is the key to his success.
Amen.
Yes. The same guy made us. He used to be on the radio for a long time, and he was like Andy Rooney in this country. Remember Andy Rooney from 60 Minutes?
I do.
He was a precursor to Andy Rooney, that kind of guy.
I don't know if I remember all the way back.
Oh my God! You don't have to remember. You just know stuff. Okay, Dr. Deborah says.
I can remember as a young woman when I moved to Cleveland. I lived in my car for a period and even ended up in a human trafficking situation.
Wow.
But I actually got past that trauma. Now I think not having 3 months of mortgage payment catastrophic. I need to stop it.
I need to stop it. Wow. And she, Dr. Deborah does an amazing talk from a stage about that experience when she ended up in that human trafficking situation. She's been very transparent about it, and it'll move you. Her real story. Oh my gosh. But she got past that.
And you gotta get past it.
Now I think not having 3 months of mortgage payment as a catastrophe.
Yeah.
I need to stop it. She's catching herself tripping.
Catching ourselves catastrophizing.
What if you didn't have 3 months? What if you had no months? What then? You'll still go on. You'll still pay your money. What's the word? I was thinking of, she says, I need to stop it. I don't know why my brain went to this, Dr. Deborah. Like if Mike Tyson was saying it to you. You need to stop it. Stop it. THOP it. Stop it. Paul Harvey. Thank you, Sheila Gothard. Paul Harvey. That's who it was.
Okay.
You remember Paul Harvey? You know who Paul Harvey is. Oh, man. Sheila, thank you. It was in my head. And I came up with Harvey, and you went to Steve Harvey? No, it was Steve Harvey. Way before that. Paul Harvey. Thank you. You have the radio show way before Howard Stern and all that stuff and Imus in the Morning. I'm in New York. Oh, come on, man. National thought leader Paul Harvey. Thank you, Sheila. It was in here. I couldn't get it out.
Oh, now you got it.
Ah.
So what's stopping you?
Yeah.
What's stopping you from the next leg in your journey? That's right. That's right, Shani. We got it from Sheila as well. Paul Harvey. What's stopping you, as I think back in some of the examples that I really have that should be motivating me if I allow them to?
Whoa. It should be motivating you. So you should know yourself. Okay.
I should know myself.
Okay.
He's old, Sheila said. My dad used to listen to him. Exactly.
Am I old enough to be your dad?
No.
I know of him too, so.
Yes, but you were an old man at third grade. But imagine that. My grandfather had, I think by the time, he was my great-grandfather. By the time that I was introduced to my great-grandfather, he was a singer, dancer. Then he was a cosmetologist.
Wow.
Then he was a phlebotomist. Then he was he had 4 different careers from the time he was in his 70s. 4 different careers. He retired at 95.
Wow.
And passed away at 96.
Amazing.
Understanding that there was nothing that stopped him from seeking the next thing.
I have a much better, more evolved opinion of it. But when I was probably in my 30s, I used to look down on people younger than me that tried a bunch of different things. You was in real estate now you're doing computers. You're in computers now you try to do
the best time to try all
exactly. That's when you should try all these different things. I honor people who try their hand at different things now because you need to figure out where your lane is, and you won't know until you put both feet in, and what works for you. Same like dating, date everybody until.
Don't listen to that.
Paul Harvey. I'm gonna have to
Shani, how you know about Paul Harvey?
She put a question mark on it.
Yes, exactly. So did Sheila. How do you know? Sheila says he's old. Yeah. My dad used to listen to him. But Shani, how did you know about him? I don't know.
Because we're grown people in this country.
I don't know.
We're people who read.
I never heard of him.
You have to.
I have not.
If you look into him at all, you've heard a little bit about this guy.
I have not.
We entrepreneurs, we study, we read about these things.
Today is the first time
it comes up. It comes up from time to time. Well, stick with me, kid. I'll introduce you to more people and more stuff. Okay.
More other stuff.
I'm gonna introduce you to more. I told you I'd be taking you places. And speaking of taking you places, yes. We're gonna get on the road 2 hours after we get off this show today. We're gonna drive 4 hours to another city, the Greater Atlanta area. We're gonna be in North Atlanta is where we're gonna be. And Brother Brian's gonna do his thing tomorrow. See, your thing, that's the thing you do just to earn money. Your job. That's your thing. But your thing, your THANG, is what pulls your passion, what you imagine yourself doing. And tomorrow I'm going to use my passion to do a half-day workshop for this corporate organization. Tomorrow. I'm going to do my thing tomorrow.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and plus I like getting a car. Lisa and I are going to be in a car together. We're going to spend the night in a hotel. Probably get some before my presentation. Because you want me to be relaxed when I have to go in front of an audience. Like you think I'm gonna say something about this morning, don't you? You think I'm gonna talk about this morning, don't you? I see your face, Lisa. You helped me to relax this morning.
Come and get him. Judy, come and get him.
You thought I was gonna tell details? I'm not gonna say any of the details, Lisa. We had our marriage.
Oh my goodness. Shani says Google. All right, Shani, that's what she says. I never heard of him. LOL.
Okay.
Exactly. Dr. Deborah is laughing, and Monique is googly-eyeing.
I'm not going to do any of those things because I don't want Lisa to be tripping on me. But this is still Friday. You can still shout it out.
Shout out your business, your cause.
You're supposed to.
Absolutely. That you have had to use or patronize another business and had something positive to say about it.
Life is a series of obstacles, and I find myself as the chief obstacle. So I'm going to admonish you to do that thing, start that thing, finish that thing. Take that trip, meet that person, and visit that place. There was a movie called Last Holiday.
Mm-hmm. With Queen Latifah.
Right. It wasn't panned very well by the critics, but I thought it was a delightful movie.
I'm surprised that you liked it.
I did like it, actually. I saw it twice. Here's what I liked about it. She had been saving her money through her company's 401k plan for 20 years. She had been very disciplined, and she was a foodie. And she would take pictures of dishes that she found in magazines from great restaurants around the world. Picture of their signature dish. And she had a photo album of these dishes. And she dreamed of going over to France and meeting these great chefs and all that stuff. And then she got a prognosis that she was dying. Mm-hmm. And she had cancer and was only going to be alive for another few months. That's all she had. A few months.
Monique, you like the movie too? I did too. I really
love that
did
movie. Yeah, I did. Well, the prep now, she's got all this money saved. And she has this dream, and she found out she's dying, and she makes meaning of it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spend my money doing what I've always wanted to do.
Why not?
Why not? That's part of my Facebook post this morning. Why not? So she flies there. She's got all this money and she intends to spend it all. She's trying to get up to this great hotel with this great chef. They have a snowstorm blocking the way. She can't get by. So she decides to rent a helicopter to get her there. Okay. She gets the helicopter, lands on top of the hotel. The hotel flips out. Only people that does that are people that are very, very wealthy.
Pimping.
Yes. They take great care of her. She goes to this one restaurant. I remember the scene. And she's looking at this menu. And she says, I want all of them, all the entrees, 10 different entrees. And no alteration. I want all of them. I want to taste them all. And you want every entree? Yes, I want to taste them all. And the waiter goes back there. She tells the head chef, she wants all of our entrees. He goes, what substitutions? No substitutions. I'm going to make this myself. I want to, because he's got to be someone special. I want to taste all of his best dish. And he makes it himself. And he goes out there and meets her. And they have a great friendship. Mm-hmm.
We actually had the opportunity last time we were in Atlanta for the same type of treatment from the chef, because he came out and he made a recommendation and then made a fabulous dish for us, because another patron was actually celebrating the opportunity that she had to taste test it.
Yes.
And he was like, well, here, we're going to bring this out to y'all and this and that. And it was an excellent experience. And it's an experience. Sometimes you need experiences.
That experience was amazing because the chef saw us sitting there and he came over to us and he wanted to talk to people that are about to eat his food. And he made recommendations. Like Lisa said, you know, I specialize in this and I recommend that. And the food that he brought out, oh my God.
It was magnificent.
Yes, and it was magnificent. He took pride in what he did.
Good morning, Brother Mark. Good morning, Lorraine. How you doing, Lorraine?
Mark, Rex White is in the hizzy. Good morning. Remember Rex? You don't remember Rex. I do. Okay. But you know him.
All right.
Okay.
Good morning, Rex. I wouldn't have had to let you know that I didn't remember you if my husband didn't put me on blast.
Mark Greer submits. I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. It's morning time, folks. You're one of the fortunate few who got up this morning. Get excited about it. Shout about it. Tell the world about you are here now. Let the world know. No, let the world know it. Enough said. I read that in the stylings, Mr. Mark Greer.
Amen.
Dr. Deborah Dunstan says,
shout it out to Lisa and Brian. Woo-woo. Yesterday, I used your method of turning my prospects into paying clients.
Whoop.
Lisa, I even used the closing that you taught me. If I send you this invoice, when are you going to pay it?
That's right.
Man, that stuff really worked. I made half of my weekly goal in one day.
Thank you for that praise report, Dr. Deborah Dunstan. Shout it out and congratulations, and you earned it. When I send you this invoice, when will you pay it? It's one of the lines I teach my clients, and Lisa's been my very best student ever.
And okay? I teach it to my clients.
And she teaches her clients. But asking, before I send this invoice, the two questions you want to ask, okay? Two questions. Number one, before I send this invoice, why did you decide to hire me? Why did you decide to hire me? You ask that question before you ask for your money. After they said yes, and you say, before I send this invoice, why did you decide to hire me? The reason why you want to ask that is you're looking for a logical answer. This is a time when you're looking for the kind of thing that they would tell their neighbor or their sister as to why they hire you. Mm-hmm. You don't want the fluff at this point. You don't even want the emotion at this point. Mm-hmm. You want the logic from them. And if they can't give you the logic, you give it to them and make them agree with it first.
It's the qualifier.
It's the qualifier. Why did you decide to hire me? Because I know that if I work with you, I'll get what I came to get, or I know I need to do this, and I believe I can get it done through you. That's what you're looking for.
Right. And what you don't want is, oh, I just think that you're great. I think that you're wonderful. God told me. All of those things can be true.
But that's not enough reason.
But that's not enough reason to work with you.
Right. And if that's all it is, it's a weak sale. If they give you, I'm working with you because you're terrific. You thank them for the compliment. Sure, thank you very much. But you're really doing this because of, right? Yes, that's exactly right. Get them to agree. That's question one. Why did you decide to hire me? And the second question is, I'd say it like this. All right, I'm going to send you this invoice within 4 minutes of the time that we get out of this Zoom or call or whatever it is. When will you pay it? When am I going to get it? You're going to get it within 4 minutes. It don't even take me 4 minutes, but I asked for 4 minutes. I said, you're going to get it within 4 minutes time. When will you pay it? The worst thing about being an entrepreneur is sending an invoice and don't know when it's going to be paid. And whatever the answer is, when will you pay it? Whatever the answer is fine, as long as they pay you before your session or whatever. But you get them to say, I'm going to pay it today. I'm going to pay it on Friday. I'm going to pay it on Monday. I don't care what they say. I just want their commitment as to when they will pay it, because then it's really, really real. And thank you, Dr. Deborah, for your applied knowledge, your applied learning, and getting a result from it. That's what I do. I teach people what to say and do, and teach them how to sell themselves and their services, and I'm going to rock tomorrow. One more thing, too, Dr. Deborah Dunstan, I'm very, very proud of you, because you get the training that you felt you needed, and then you get more. And then you get another dip, and you get a refresher, and you train again and again, because you don't keep it in the first pass. You may have to take 2 passes or 3 passes.
Absolutely.
Lisa has taken probably 50 passes, and she's amazing at it right now.
7+ years of training.
I remember when Lisa the first day we met in person, she watched me talk sales for 6 hours in 2 sessions. Dr. Deborah said
2 people even paid while I was on the phone with them.
Lisa has that happen to her from time to time too.
Absolutely.
But that's awesome. People are paying while they're on the phone with you. Can I just give you my card number?
Why, yes, you can.
Let's knock this out. Okay. Now, when they want to pay while you're on the phone, make sure you bring them off the mountain too.
Absolutely. That first question is imperative.
Yes, bring them off the mountain. Why did you decide to move like this? Okay. Because when they decide yes, they're on an emotional high. They're emotionally as high as they can get. And if you don't manage them coming off of that emotional high, they'll have to come off of that emotional high without you around in their own strength. Absolutely. And when they have to come off that emotional high without you around, sometimes that coming down makes them question, oh my God, I just agreed to spend thousands of dollars.
Right.
Oh man, look at the time.
Without any knowledge of it. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's 9:40.
But I'm grateful that I had opportunity to share with our audience today kind of what Brother Brian does.
Absolutely. I want to read our card real quick, even though we're going into the songs kind of late. Today's quote is, life is not measured by the number of breaths that you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite scriptures, I know you're going to say, you're saying all of them. They are all my favorites, but this one I like to live my life by.
They're all of this one. But
I know. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, lean not into your own understanding. Acknowledge him and he will direct your path.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. Amen to that. I don't know if we have time. We're going to try to do our greeting songs now.
Yeah, we only had a couple of our songs on today. Okay. So I want to go ahead and good morning.
What are the greeting songs? These are the way we thank people that have been consistent contributors to the show. Sheila Gothard is one. Judy has a song first.
Oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Judy. Hey, Judy.
Judy, we went to Judy's birthday party this last year.
Phenomenal birthday party.
Yes.
Milestone birthday party, 60.
60. Woo! And Lisa's does your song is, oh, Judy, you're so fine. You were so fine on your birthday.
Absolutely.
And you probably have been so fine your whole life.
So fine. Sheila. Storms are brewing in your eyes. Oh.
Sheila Gothard.
Hey, Sheila.
Thank you for being mature enough to come up with Paul Harvey's name. And Kendra Spice, her actual name is...
You can do it. Take your time. Do it right. You can do it, baby.
Can do spice. Can do spice.
I love it.
That's right. Can do spices. Brother Mark Greer has a song too. And it goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under a hat.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's my man, Mark Greer.
Dr. Deborah, healing trauma and deliverance coach.
Dr. Deborah's in there. Is he? Who else we got? Anybody else?
Judy says, oh, thank you, Brian. Hey, Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Hey, Miss Phyllis.
So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. I want to go back to Judy's birthday party one more time. One of the things that was seminal for me being at her birthday party was that sister that was wanted to show her appreciation for Judy by dancing with her.
Yes,
Shannon. She wanted to dance with Judy. This is a woman, and she wanted to let Judy know how much she loves her and appreciates her by just dancing. And these two ladies, they went out there and they held hands and looked at each other and smiled and said a little bit. And it was beautiful to watch that loving exchange. That's another thing I remember about your birthday party that meant something to me, Judy, just to witness that.
We have known each other, Judy and I and Shannon and Priscilla, we've known each other for almost 20 years. It's maybe 15, but almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first 10 of those years, we probably were at least in one another's company twice or three times a week.
Sure. And I'm
glad that my sisters are still in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though Judy and I didn't start out on the best terms.
Shocking, Lisa. Somebody didn't start off on a great term with you? What? Shocking.
Judy is so poised and so she has so much decorum. And my lack of decorum kind of rubbed Judy.
That long ago. Let's say 15 years ago.
I know.
You were 40. You
ago.
were 40. Okay,
yeah,
38, 40.
Yes, I think about 37 or 38 that I met Judy.
So you weren't quite a grown-up yet.
Well, I'm still the same kind of person.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And Judy is the same marvelous kind of person as well. We both learned that there's layers, and she just wears her layers differently than I do. But underneath our layers, we have amazing hearts, and I'm grateful that my heart is connected.
I've said this, we're about to get out of here, and please pray our journey mercies because we're about to drive 4 hours, and it's supposed to be raining all the way there. So we're going to do that anyway. I'm going to just say this last thing about Judy Floyd. When Lisa was sick, we had lots of great visitors and lots of amazing friends help us out. And they were being supportive, and I was able to receive them. But I didn't cry in front of any of them, except for Judy. Judy's the only one that I cried in front of when my wife was sick. And I told you, and you said, well, that's because Judy's the big sister. Mm-hmm. And I've never had a big sister. I never had a big brother or a big sister because I'm the oldest. Mm-hmm. Okay. You cried in front of Judy because Judy's the big sister.
And she has a wonderful heart. And I love you too, Judy. I love you, Judy.
Yes, I don't even know why I did, but I did. When I was stressed, it was all on me. And Judy made it safe for me to cry in front of her.
Amen. So I'm grateful that all of you are in our family. I'm grateful that you all are a part of the Empowerment family, the Empowerment Duo family. We look forward to you having a wonderful weekend. That's right. Judy says my big brother, big little brother.
Yeah. That's right.
And we hope that you take some time to end your week.
Yes.
Recreate and end your week.
I'm even going to go so far as I want you to celebrate this weekend. Celebrate you.
Celebrate.
Mark Greer says, you're one of the few people that'll get a chance to experience this day. A lot of people didn't.
That's right.
So I'm going to encourage you to celebrate yourself. You made it another week. You were kind to somebody. You helped somebody. You learned something. You taught something.
Absolutely.
Celebrate.
And we look forward to seeing you on Monday and hearing all about it.